I have never seen anything like this before. The barrack is still here, guys. After more than 80 years. He found some big object with a crown and a lion and he wasn't sure what it was. Were you now? Good morning. Today we are searching in a region that once formed the backbone of Nazi Germany. This landscape looks peaceful today, but it wasn't always that way. This is not the front line, but the hinterland, a place where ideology and military preparation came together. In this landscape, hidden among forests and hills, camps once stood where young men were trained for the war to come. What remains of that history is still here, buried beneath the ground, and today we are going to search for it. So without further ado, join me in this adventure. Look at these beautiful woods. We're gonna set up those detectors and get them swinging. Let's see what history is willing to share with us today. As you can see, the sun is out today. It's a beautiful winter day. It's very bright out. We just arrived at the first abandoned Wehrmacht base. I spot all kinds of foundations, concrete slabs. See this outer edge of the barrack? Look at that right there. Let's check that out. Yeah. There definitely was a barrack here. Interesting. Right next to those barrack foundations that we found, I found my first interesting piece of the day. Look at that, it's already shining. I just found this piece of cutlery. And I think it's made from silver actually, it's quite heavy. So this is probably civilian stuff, but definitely used by the soldiers on this camp. So that's an interesting find to start the day. I cannot believe this. Right there is where I found that silver cutlery piece. Couple meters further. Tim actually just joined me to help me out with the brushing up of this amazing artifact. First of all, I pulled out a couple of porcelain pieces and you can see an eagle on there. It's a very old version, no swastika yet, so pre-war for sure. But that was not the signal, obviously. So look what's in the edge of this hole. Let's pull that out together. Ooh, that is a complete ashtray. Can you believe it? So it's enameled. There seems to be some writing here in the middle, but we need to brush it up. Let's see if we can make that readable. It is an ashtray, right?
I think so.
Ooh, that's very much readable still. Coding seems to be pretty decent. Eurolan, Serenol, SS. Probably not.
No.
It's probably going to be some cigarette brand, but we need to Google search that in. That is a very neat piece. This enameled yellow layer is still pretty much intact. And the writing is perfectly preserved. It's really awesome. Ooh, there's writing there on the back as well. It says DRGM. That stands for Deutsche Reichsgebrauchsmuster, and that was a very famous patent from the wartime. I think that those markings were only used until 1945, so this is definitely the right time frame, guys. This ashtray is from the Second World War. What an awesome find. Another exciting moment coming up right now. I already had a feeling there were going to be barrack foundations here, but these are the original stairs leading up to one of the barracks. And look with me what we're going to explore on top of this staircase. I have never seen anything like this before. The barrack is still here, guys. After more than 80 years. Look at that rubble. That's all of the original building material. The walls are still standing. There's a lot of metal parts in there as well. Yeah, I can't help myself. Obviously we're going to explore. Let's see if I can walk through here. Let's see if there's some artifacts to be found here in between all of this rubble. Look at this. That's an oven. So this was the furnace of the kitchen of the barrack. But that's part of the oven as well there, what's laying on the surface. Yeah, look at all of this original building material. That's so crazy. Let's walk around here. That right there is the original door leading inside of the barracks. Wow. Guys, this is crazy. I've never seen... Oh, look at that. That is so awesome. The whole structure is still standing. There I do see some original paint of the barracks. I think that's pink actually. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Pink coloring. That's interesting. Didn't really know they used that color inside of these barracks. But yeah, I don't see any artifacts right away. Barrack is still here after 80 years. Wow. Finally guys, finally with the last light of the day, we got a banger. Tim called me over to the backs because he found some big object with a crown and a lion and he wasn't sure what it was. Were you now? Well, I can tell you, man, this is not some post-war trash. What you have found is a World War I helmet emblem. So this was on the front of the Pickelhaube helmet. That was like this weird shaped German First World War helmet. They had like this peak on top. And this was placed on front. Man, are you freaking serious? Where did you find it?
Down here, a couple meters from the backs, yeah.
Man, I was only finding trash and post...
Yeah, me too, but...
Can I hold that, please?
Yeah,
I need to hold that. I'm getting really excited right now. So it actually says on the bottom, in Treue Fest. Because this is the Bavarian symbol.
Yeah, it's like the title of Bavaria. I don't know how you call that in English, but...
Yeah. So this is the coat of arms of Bavaria. And actually in the past I found a part of this emblem and Tim pulls out the full piece. We are on this abandoned military base looking for Wehrmacht artifacts. And this guy pulls out a First World War helmet emblem. Yeah guys, really happy I can show you these awesome pieces of history. These awesome artifacts from the war. This is not even from the Second World War. This is from the First World War. And I have no idea how that ended up here. Maybe some veteran paid a visit to this campsite and yeah, lost it somehow. I don't know. So while I am busy here digging up trash, my buddy Tim starts laughing and shouting, what happened right now? Just 2 minutes after that helmet emblem. That is a Wehrmacht cavalry soldier. Is that it made from lead? Is that heavy?
Yeah, quite heavy, yeah.
Wow, let me just get my close-up camera. Look at the detail on that thing. What an image is that. I think in a previous video I found similar ones. Also sometimes in the sifting videos that I make, when we dig at these massive trash piles, we find these lead Wehrmacht figures. They were probably some sort of collectible. Nice if they pop up again. So the helmet emblem was over there, right? Over here. I think we found our hotspot. Yeah, we're gonna be here until it's dark.
Yeah.
The bears have to wait. So for your information, that decayed barrack that we just visited is right over there on that ledge. And right down there is where my buddy Tim found that awesome World War I helmet emblem. That's freaking crazy. It's history all over here, guys, and it's all mixed up. First World War, Second World War, it's all here. So while my buddy Tim is still trying out his luck at his hotspot over there in the back, I am trying to make my way towards him. And while doing so, I actually also found something nice. My second cool artifact of the day, because that ashtray was nice, but look at what I just found here. This is a Zenith Super Petrol lighter, made in Switzerland in the late 1930s or early 1940s. These lighters were widely used across Europe, including by German soldiers and labor service members during the Second World War. It's a small but very personal object from everyday wartime life. This really is one crazy hotspot. Everything is just laying here, maybe like 10 by 10 meters. It's all here. So that was it for the first day. We ran out of daylight. We drove back to our apartment, had a few beers and a good night's sleep. The next morning we woke up to freezing temperatures, but we were eager to head back out. This time we decided to try another location where an abandoned Wehrmacht base should have been located. What followed was a beautiful scenic drive through this mountainous region of Germany with constantly changing weather. In one valley the sun was shining brightly, and the next we encountered mist and snow. And then there was snow. So we are detecting around an area where a former barrack was placed, and right next to it I saw some depression, so I thought it could be camp dump. So I walked over with my metal detector and I got a lot of cracks. So a lot of iron in the ground, coals, small iron bits. And the first thing that popped up was this piece of porcelain. And as you can see, that one is marked with Rijksarbeidsdienst 1939. So when I found this, I thought, I'm on the right track for sure. So I was digging more here and I was going over this with my metal detector. And I heard the loud signal that I first found was right here. Look what's over here. There we go. That is a complete German dog tag. I am really wondering what kind of writing is going to be on here. I do see some writing already on there, so we need to brush that up. I think it's marked with RID, Rijksarbeidsdienst. What an awesome find in these beautiful cold winter woods. Just a little bit of snowfall, but we're doing good. Right, there is Tim with the helping hand. Let's brush this baby up. I already noticed some writing on there. I think there's RID on there.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, RID?
Yeah, it is.
That is really neat. That's from the soldiers that were on this campsite.
Yeah.
It doesn't need a lot of brushing, right?
No. It's really nice.
There we go. It says RID. The soldier registration number, I think, is somewhere there on the back. That is awesome. Really happy with that one. I think this whole plateau is just filled with camp debris. And I am trying to suppress my enthusiasm here, because this is the hole where the first dog tag came from. And yes, I'm saying first because half a meter that way. Look at this. I cannot believe this. But it is true. We got a second dog tag. And then there must be more. This is a crazy hotspot. I can see it's marked with RID again. There you go. So this is again a dog tag from a soldier on this camp. And he apparently lost this dog tag. So currently Tim is standing right next to me as I am still recovering from almost getting a heart attack. After finding that second German dog tag, I heard a very loud beep on my metal detector. And just look here, I didn't touch it, I didn't touch anything, just look here. You see that gray area there with that slit? I think we all know what that is. And it's laying here on the surface for over 80 years, guys, just on the moss, on a rock. That is the third German dog tag. There we go, that's number 3. That's another RID dog tag. Man, I'm losing it right now. What a crazy hotspot. Jeez, I don't know, guys. 87 signal, what do you think? It's gonna be another dog tag? You know what, we're gonna do this live. Right, there we go. Pinpointer. It's going off here. Tim, look. Come here, look at this, look at this. What do you think this is?
Yeah, I think I know what it is.
It's a half dog tag. Well, we didn't find that before. Does it count?
It's a hole.
Yeah, it counts as a half. Well, we got another dog tag here. There's relics just everywhere here. And me and Tim are both at it. I'm scooping away on this area. And I was actually about to put away my camera until this happened. Look at this. I think we all know what that is, right? We done it again. We have done it again. That is an RID cap emblem. An RID cap badge. And that is in a pretty good condition still. I'm not sure if there's any paint left on there, but you can see swastika in the middle. This is a spade and there's 2 oat leaves. Let's see if there's pins on the back. No, no pins on the back. This is actually a hollow version. I've never seen a hollow version. Maybe that's a late war, I wouldn't know, but this is definitely the kind of stuff that we're after. So after finding 3.5 dog tags, we can also add cap badge to the list. Man, what a day. And it's still early, it's still morning. Doing good. See if I can do this with one hand. It's always a bit hard. One hand filming, the other hand brushing. But the moss has some resistance and keeps the badge in place. So me and Tim are having one of our favorite get-togethers again. Why is that? because I'm gonna need help brushing. You should see the look on Tim's face right now. Look at this, guys. Look what I just scooped out of the hole here. Ooh, that's a belt buckle. From the World War II era. Maybe there's still part of the belt there on the back. But this is definitely an aluminum version. And we're not sure yet what kind of belt buckle it is, but look at that aluminum shine. We're gonna brush this up together. Right, so we're just gonna use a soft plastic brush.
I think it's RED.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's upside down.
Yeah.
It's RED, it's upside down. I give up. We didn't even bring our lunch. It's still
crazy.
In the car.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We thought we're gonna be out of here. We're gonna check out this camp and we're gonna be out of here in probably half an hour. It might be that one of us has to walk down this hill to get our lunch, but I don't think we mind, right?
No.
Yeah, that's just so crazy. These are the kind of trophies that we do it for, you know?
Really good condition.
Yeah, sure, the aluminum, there's almost no corrosion on there. Man, that's 3.5 dog tag, 1 RED cap badge, and now 1 belt buckle. I don't think we're done here, what do you think?
No, we're not done.
Yeah, I probably have to clean that further later at home with some water.
It's hard to clean this.
Yeah, the mud is really wet and sticky. This is such a crazy hotspot. Look at that. While I was in the process of moving my stuff, because there's just signals everywhere, Tim starts shouting. Apparently the hotspot continues in that direction. Let's discover together what Tim just found. It's a nice small object.
And I saw some red there.
Yeah, you're right, there is some red paint there. Well, I already know what it is. You guys probably do as well, but yeah, this is definitely the second RED cap badge. Congratulations, man. Since we are already seeing some red paint, this one will probably clean up nice as well, but I think you need to use some oxalic acid.
Yeah, I think too. It's hard.
I thought this day couldn't get any crazier, and look what I just spotted. I got a very faint signal and I just scooped some sand out. Look at this. Let me zoom that in for you. This is what we are looking at right now. Let's grab that. Yes, that's the third RED cap badge. Ooh, and that is not in a bad condition. Look at that. What is really interesting though, I have never seen these hollow versions. Oh, this one does have the pin still on the back. So me and Tim are having a small competition who's finding the most bangers.
Well, I think I'm losing.
But keep on trying, mate. The competition is not over yet. Obviously, like you are used to, I am gonna give you guys an overview shot. I didn't film every single artifact, but this is the overview of all of the relics that we found at this crazy hotspot. You can see this depression against this beautiful hillside. And this is apparently where the soldiers decided to dump all of their badges, their dog tags, you name it. So we found 5 dog tags, 2 half dog tags, 3 RED cap emblems, this awesome Rijksarbeidsdienst belt buckle, some tent pegs, a comb. I think these are muzzle protectors for a Norwegian rifle actually, Krag rifle, and it was used for practice purposes. So that's really neat to see those here. I've seen those also in the past at other camps, so that makes sense that we're finding these again. Good morning, we're back. It's the 3rd day, we're all set up again. As you can see, we had some snowfall last night. So it's winter wonderland right now. Really beautiful, these woods. Luckily the snow is not deep, so shouldn't be any problem for us today. This is the dump spot where we were digging yesterday. And as you can see, we had some fresh snowfall, so we will clear that away and start working on the edges of this dugout. Yeah, there's still many signals in this dump site, and me and Tim are very happy that we decided to come back, because definitely it's not empty yet. We're at it literally for 5 minutes. Let me just show you. We found another one of those Wehrmacht tent pegs, muzzle protector, some sort of pill bottle. Look at this, guys. It's that moment again. Let me zoom in there for you. That is number 4. Let me take that out. Is it a hollow version or is it... There is some red paint on there even still. Let's see at the back side. Yeah, it's one of those hollow versions again. Yeah, sunlight is shining onto this artifact after 80 years. Look at that. I think that's the best condition so far actually.
It's really good. It's also complete.
Yeah, it's complete. Do we have pins on the back still?
Yes.
Oh, it's complete. It's totally complete. That is another German dog tag, and it's probably going to be marked with RED like the other ones. It's a bit damaged, but it is complete. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make this a short clip. Quite a funny moment here. I was trying to dig out a signal right here, and then my eye caught something over there. Let me just get you down there. Now that is number 6. Let me see if I can grab that real quick. Oh, this one has paint still and the original shine. Tim, I think this is the best condition we found so far. They're getting cleaner and cleaner. Every extra piece that we found. And yeah, I know, I need to get new gloves. Some of you might already know this, but I have been metal detecting since 2010. So that's 15 years already. And in 15 years time, I have never experienced a hotspot this extreme. I actually stopped filming the RED cat badges. After the last shot I found like 5 more. We will do another overview shot for sure. But there is something right now that I did want to show you. Because we've only found one of this so far, this video. Right there, I got a very high pitch signal. Maybe like 92 or something. Maybe you want to listen with me? It's very loud. Look at this. Ooh! That is another belt buckle. And definitely this one is from the RED again. There's a spade in the middle and a swastika. It's made from aluminum. These are so cool to find in this condition. That is crazy. Yeah, we're gonna brush this one up. I think Tim will be happy to help me with this one. Yeah, there's some corrosion there in the middle. But I think both will clean up nice with either citric acid or oxalic acid. They will be good as new. I mean, look at that shine. We thought we were having the best day yesterday, but today...
It's a good day.
Yeah, today is a good day as well. I wouldn't say necessarily better, because we found many dog tags yesterday and only one dog tag today, but... So it's getting quite chilly here, but since we're moving around, we're not really too cold. We're keeping ourselves busy, and good finds also keep up the morale. And I just found something that we haven't found yet here in this dump, so I thought let's show this to you. All of a sudden I saw this piece of cutlery sticking out of this wall here. So let's find out if it's complete. Well, it's not complete, but that's a knife made from stainless steel. And let's see if there's some writing on there. It shows Reichsarbeitsdienst. I've actually never seen that written out fully on a piece of cutlery. So that's very iconic. There's more writing there. Rostfrei, that means stainless steel. Wow, I've never seen that piece. That is awesome. And renewing to find something else than dog tags and cat badges or belt buckles. Yeah, what a day. And as I am standing here freezing my fingers off, I didn't want you guys to miss out on this awesome final overview shot. We went back to the holiday home, rinsed all of the finds with water, and yeah, I had to give you this final overview shot because this is mental, guys. Look at that. Never have we ever found so many dog tags, emblems or in one trip. So we found 10 emblems, one from the First World War on the right, as you can see. We found 9 RED cat badges, about 6 dog tags, 7 actually if you count the half ones. We are over the moon with these results. This was one of the sickest trips that we've ever had, and we are happy that you were here to witness that with us. That is yet another trip completed, and what an awesome one it was. Thank you for witnessing it with us. Happy to have you here on the channel, so thank you all for watching. Especially my patrons. If you haven't checked out my Patreon yet, make sure to check it out. There's a lot of exclusive material that you can enjoy and support us while you're at it. We will be back with more, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.